Greetings. My name is William Chavez. I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Religious Studies at UCSB, and I'm thankful to the Center for the Critical Study of Apocalyptic and Millenarian Movements for making this joint presentation available. Before continuing, I encourage you to first watch the video from my colleague, Sriram. There you will engage the post-apocalyptic themes and discourse that characterize the Mad Max franchise. A discourse which I will demonstrate extends into three interrelated components of gameplay for Mad Max 2015. First, the game features no traditional plot, merely errands that Max chooses to complete. Second, while not a sandbox, Mad Max functions as an interactive fiction, where enemy territories are invaded, claimed as your own, and exchanged for other resources. In traditional sandbox games like Fortnite or Minecraft, players wield a creative freedom to alter the landscape how they wish. Here, however, Max only disrupts local power dynamics. He doesn't build or alter anything beyond himself and his cars. The game incentivizes such local disruption through the mechanics of Avatar aesthetics. Once Max dissolves a Wasteland faction, he steals their war paint, which he can then use for his own individual expression. The game offers a twist on the concept of invisible walls, the physical barriers programmed to keep you from advancing off course. There are places you can't roam or occupy for long simply because they're swarming with enemies, or you'll run out of gasoline, as with the Big Nothing, where players can spend hours driving in the same direction and find only sand. This game mechanic, everything outside the yellow, keeps this open world contained to the madness of Maxstralia, a form of Australian nihilism that concludes that there is no other place, where no outside is possible. With no possible escape, players dedicate hours to managing their game stats and skill levels. The more missions Max completes, the more his legend spreads. As Max progresses from roadkill to road warrior, his abilities enhance, as if empowered by folk reception. Bios and history relics then serve gamers as Easter eggs, content sometimes trivial, hidden throughout game space, in this case, as an ethnographic side quest, an extension of transmedia world building. Max gathers Wasteland folklore concerning tools, allies, enemies, and physical locations. We learn about the Wasteland as he does. The game also incentivizes your consumption of this material through the use of combat tips and map fulfillment. The final component of post-apocalyptic gameplay is the pragmatic religious complex that governs Avatar maintenance, the incremental adjustments made to Max and his self-extensions. Self-actualization is achieved through various rites of passage, or challenge objectives, and the alliance is forged with two local religious characters. The first, Griffa, the wandering mystic of the Wasteland, in gaming terms, serves players as an abilities merchant, exchanging Griffa tokens acquired from side quests for stat upgrades. Griffa tokens can increase the power and resilience of Max's weapons and body, his chances of discovering ammunition and scrap metal, and his optimum gains following the consumption of resources. Max's vehicle modifications are then handled by Chumbucket, Max's deformed companion and mechanic. Chum believes he was chosen to create the ultimate vehicle, the magnum opus, with the help of Max, whom he calls his warrior saint, sent to him by the angel Combustion. Thus, in addition to collecting Griffa tokens, Max scavenges the Wasteland for scraps of metal that Chum can wield into sacrality. These pragmatic aids illustrate the local concerns of Maxstralian religion. Max is not aided by some transcendental deity of universal domain, and Griffa and Chum contribute neither to the social order of the game, nor Max's afterlife destination or form. Instead, these allies are narratively concerned with, and gamically capable of, enriching Max's individual welfare. Griffa and Chum also illustrate the human-automobile nexus that influences gameplay. Players roam Maxstralia through the dual avatar of Max and his vehicle. Griffa can increase Max's stamina when fighting and decrease his consumption of fuel when driving. Chumbucket can equip the magnum opus with weapons and accessories, just as Max can do to his person. In conclusion, according to the back of the game case, Mad Max 2015 allows you to build your legend, construct the ultimate survival vehicle, and tame the savage wasteland. We submit that each of these game components illustrates a type of post-apocalyptic gameplay. The Australian nihilism of the franchise is preserved not only in the inescapable map, but in the construction of the game's challenge objectives. This game world, as with the broken society that remains after the fall, is cynically constructed without plot. No utopia is on the horizon, and your protagonist has no interest in societal reconstruction. Savagery, a term loaded with colonialist baggage, is incorporated into game design, producing a lawless, interactive environment, Grand Theft Auto in the wasteland. Max is concerned only with short-term exigent errands, reluctantly forming alliances with those that can immediately benefit his goals of survival and motor mania. As is hinted in this game and elsewhere, these errands are then codified into a collection of desert legends and tales that serve this dying community as a narration of post-apocalyptic folk life and a celebration of cultural heroes, of which they are in short supply. Thank you.